Hi everybody, how are you? As always, good to be here with you guys. Today is Saturday, the 6th of September. Hope you're having a good weekend wherever you are. Thought I'd do a quick live today, seeing as I missed a few days last week, so just to catch you up and to try and bring you something for you to ponder, to think about. Thank you for those who reached out for my live yesterday, said you enjoyed it, which is always good to have the feedback. And talking of feedback, I love the comments, by the way, that you leave on these YouTubes. I do read them all, and I'll try and like and heart as many as possible that are positive. So continue to do that, guys. And if you haven't, as always, please subscribe and like this channel. Make sure you hit that bell so you'll be notified when I do any more updates. Always like to increase my subscribers to this channel to keep as many of you people informed on our journey into the next phase. Okay, so what have I got for you today? Moving forward with clarity in business. And the reason I chose this is quite simply because at the very end of O News 11, Ash had written down there, together we are moving forward with clarity, strength and purpose. And I wanted to talk about clarity in business and about how it's really important to have that clarity for not only the business itself, but also for people that are involved in it. And it makes perfect sense, doesn't it, really, that if you can be as clear as possible about what's going on with what you're allowed to say, then it certainly aids those people who are with you on the journey and waiting for the next phase. Now, don't confuse clarity with silence. Okay, a lot of the strategy and the decisions that our CEO is making as far as moving forward is concerned is to only let us know when things are done and ready. And if there is no news per se, then he's not going to just come out and talk about things of nature because it doesn't help anybody. All it does is add confusion. It's much better for him to come out and say, right, this is ready, this is what we're going to do, and this is where we're moving. In the past webinars that we have had, he's been preparing us, he's been getting us ready, he's been informing us of how things are going, and specifically as far as the SEC case is concerned, which now is done and dusted. And now, as he said, we can now move forward with more clarity into the future without any hindrance and having that hanging over us, because that's been resolved. And this is what I wanted to talk to you about. So without further ado, I shall share the screen as always. And here we go. Okie dokie. So moving forward with clarity in business, you need to define your vision and goals, understand your market, streamline your operations, and communicate effectively with your team. This process transforms confusion into focus and intentional actions, leading to sustained growth and success. This is exactly what I'm talking about. If you are clear about the objective, about what we are trying to do, then you will have that clarity in your own mind. At the moment, I see a lot of people speculating. Now, speculation is not the truth. It is your views and your thoughts. And it's fine to have views, and it's fine to have what you think might be happening, etc. But if you are one of the influencers, I suppose is the best word I can come up with us that do regular lives, etc. If you are one of these people and you are giving your point of view, you need to be very, very specific that is exactly that. It is what you are thinking and what your thoughts are. I try my very hardest that if I'm having any input, I make sure that you know this is my opinion, it's not come from corporate, and this is just what I'm thinking. Otherwise, it certainly leads to confusion. Now, I certainly know at the moment that our CEO is very happy, excited. He's certainly very focused on what he's doing. He loves the team he's working with at the moment, to the point of, if he's almost just thinking about something, they're already building it. This means that they are very much aligned with what he's trying to achieve, what he's wanting to give us. And this is always good news for all of us. I'm sure that he is in a position where he has got the big picture at the moment, and there is still things that are there at the moment that need to be clarified before he brings them to the table for us to know about. This is why it's important, isn't it, to understand why clarity in business really is helpful for all of us. So having that clear, articulate vision, a bit like the Northern Star, this guides all businesses' decisions in a well-known direction. It is the defined direction and purpose of the destination of the company's journey. Now, I believe we have got that clear vision. I believe that clarity of where we are trying to go is very, very clear. This is never changed. In fact, I really do think that that goal is more purposeful now than it ever has been. I think we got sidetracked to a certain extent on our journey before. I think we were going down routes that weren't beneficial for the business. I think we were going down routes that weren't aligned with our core beliefs of what our destination was and what we were trying to achieve. And now our CEO, who has got hold of the reins once again, has got that clarity and vision really nailed, so that he has got it defined, that direction, that purpose, that destination of the company is really well known for all of us. I know some of you are saying, well, what is it? It is to be able to produce a business that is accessible to all, that we can all really benefit from. It is literally going to be something that turns complexity into simplicity. It's going to be affordable. It's going to be user-friendly. The technology and AI with heart, remember, is going to be there. And it also helps to meaningfully transform people, to be able to make it accessible for all. When you are producing something like that, that is going to literally change people's lives, you need to be very clear with what you are trying to achieve. I firmly believe that this is our roadmap. This is our destination of what the business is going to be. I was chatting with Chris earlier on this morning, asking how he's getting on over in Texas. He says it's roasting hot. He's having a nice time, really beautiful. And Marcianne and everyone, he's having an absolute great time. And we were just chatting about the business a little bit. And one of the things that we were talking about, and I brought this up, was this opportunity. And I talked a little bit about this yesterday. This opportunity is going to be very, very different from anything else we see out there. Why? Because of the technology that's involved, because of the team that's involved with the products and applications, the services. We are going to be producing something that nobody else is doing right now. We are going to bring something to the marketplace that really is going to turn heads. And this is where we need to be clear in that clarification of what this business is going to be. It is going to be a game changer. It is going to be disruptive. It is going to be something that is going to change people's lives in a positive manner. People are going to want to know how we've done it. And this is where we should really unify ourselves as a membership or a community, that we really are here with that clarity in mind of what we are trying to achieve. I've said it on many occasions. Do I wish it happens quicker than it is? Yeah, absolutely. But that doesn't mean to say that I'm not prepared to go the distance for the long haul. It doesn't mean that I am going to waver. It means that I would prefer it to happen tomorrow. Am I confident it's going to happen? Absolutely, 100%. I have got no worries whatsoever that our CEO Ashma Farah is not going to deliver. I know he is an honourable man. He's good for his word. And this is where part of the clarity of the business also comes in. When we are literally following somebody into the future that's going to change our lives, you need to have that clarity and confidence that that person is certainly going to do what he says he's going to do. You also need to set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time-bound smart goals. Sometimes you have to break that long-term goal into smaller, visible goals so that you can have a feel-good factor about them, actionable steps, clear deadlines and metrics for success. Being able to celebrate small goals, I've said it many times, is part of how to keep that faith and keep your enthusiasm with your journey. I'm sure we're going to see even more. What happened a few weeks ago with the SEC case was exactly one of those. That was a success. That was one of our smaller goals that we wanted to achieve. Our CEO said he was going to fight this. He said that we are going to throw a lot of resources to make sure that we come out on top. That has happened. This means now that we can then set another small goal to be able to reach. I'm sure part of those small goals are making good on his promises, and he will let us know when they come to fruition. I cannot envisage he is a person to let us down. Understanding your why, and for business owners and teams, understanding the core purpose behind your work can increase motivation and resilience during those tough times. I've said it on many occasions, haven't I, that we have to revisit the reasons why we're here. Tanya Kay did a very good post in the Success for Ashma Farah Facebook page today. She asked the question, why are you here in this group? We know why we've set the group up. The people who are involved in the team who monitor it and manage it, and the admins and moderators, etc. We know why we put the group together. But she was asking, why are you in this group? And this is always a very good reminder, isn't it? To continually ask yourself, what is it, the reason that I started this journey? Why am I here? What am I doing? You need to reaffirm those goals, reaffirm the reasons why you are doing it. And everybody has a different why. Everybody. Majority, it is monetary, but there is much more specifics behind people's why than just the monetary aspect. Also, you need to understand your market and competitive edge when clarity is involved. Conduct a SWOT analysis. This is assess your business strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to clarify your competitive advantage and identify areas for growth. I am convinced that our CEO has looked at the marketplace in general and said, how can we be different? What is going to be our purpose in this marketplace? What are we trying to achieve? What is the reasoning behind what we are trying to produce here? This is you having a good look at your business and really analyzing your weaknesses and strengths and making sure that you do everything in your power to give you that competitive advantage over other people. Also create clear customer personas. Use market research, that buzzword again, and customer feedback to understand your ideal audience needs, fears, and desires. This allows you to create offerings that truly resonate with them. I cannot emphasize enough how important that relationship between business and customer really, really is. It comes up time and time again in nearly everything that I research and bring to you, how important the customer business relationship is. It is literally the backbone of success in any business. And I'm putting it out there, my firm belief, and this is not come from corporate or anything, but my firm belief is that that will be an integral part of how the next phase business works for us. Really bonding the business customer relationship together. I've said it on many occasions. It's hard to get one sale, one customer. It's not easy. So why would you not treat them like royalty, nurture them, engage with them, rather than just going to try and find the next customer, the next customer, and the next customer? That is not proactive in my view. I firmly believe that the way to increase your business is to work on the security, work on the community, work on the trust element of your business with your existing client base. That is where it grows. Are you going to keep everybody? No, you're not. But the higher percentage of people that you can keep on board because of you, the better your business is going to become. Also, study your competition. By analyzing your rivals, you can learn from their successes and failures and refine your unique value propositions to stand out in the marketplace. This is generally just good business. Having a look at your competitors, how they do things, analyzing what you believe is good, analyzing what is bad. Use all the mediums, use AI, use Google, use analytical data. All of this is going to aid you in your success of your own business. And if you can do that, then that clarity is certainly going to help you stay ahead of the competition. Also, streamline your operations simply and strategically. Instead of trying to do everything at once, focus on a few high impact initiatives. Regularly prioritize and eliminate non-essential projects that don't contribute to your core goals. Our CEO said, if there's a need for it, we'll build it. This is definitely an area of clarity by saying, what's the point of doing something if it's not going to be of benefit? There's no point in just having it because it might be aesthetically pleasing or it might look good or whatever the answer to it is. If it's of no use to the business, there's no point in focusing on it. You should simply put it to one side and prioritize your efforts into something that really is going to help your core goals. Analyze profitability by product, client, and service. Look beyond traditional financial metrics and identify what truly drives costs and revenue. This data can transform your sales and marketing strategies. Again, that in layman's terms means it's not just about price. It's not just about what the price of a product is to somebody buying it. Why do people buy this product and not other product when they're very similar? This is what makes the difference to your sales. This is what gives you the edge. And if you can analyze and bring that into your marketplace as a business, then you stand a very good chance of having that clarity of your business above somebody else. Also, track key metrics. Use relevant key performance indicators, KPIs, to monitor your progress towards strategic objectives. Regularly review these metrics to make data-driven decisions and adapt as needed. Again, we go back to that word, data, analytics. These are going to be part of our arsenal. These are the things that we can rely on because they are going to be within our own business. They're going to be ours. We will have written them. We will be using them. They actually will be a service that we can resell, but we'll still be using them in our own business to drive sales. The more you can have an insight to something, the more knowledgeable you are, and the more knowledgeable you are, the more definitive you can be on your strategy to certain areas and be more specific. This will yield more sales. And this is why companies use these analytical data systems to get exactly that. If they're using them, excuse me, why wouldn't we? It makes perfect sense. This is the company having more clarity of where they are in the marketplace. Remember, you're looking at me on a screen, right? I'm looking at a screen talking to you. You're wherever you are in the world. I don't know what you look like. I don't know where you live. Don't know what you're wearing. Don't know anything about you whatsoever. But this data that businesses collect gives small insights into those people. When they click on a website, on a link, you get data. Where they're from, the time, the browser, what device they're on. Also, if it's got an IP address, it'll have maybe an email. It might even have a name and address. And then you start building up analytical data of age groups, demographics, areas, time zones, and you can start working out what are good times for certain places, what age groups are looking at your adverts, and all the rest of it helps you to make your clear decisions moving forward. You should also embrace a test and learn approach. View your initiatives as experiments and be willing to pivot based on what you learn. This agile mindset removes the pressure of perfectionism and accelerates progress. This is why sometimes it's better to put something out there as far as a post is concerned, or a product with a sales pitch or whatever it may be, and see what comes back. Then you can start streamlining it rather than spending hours upon hours trying to perfect that post. Get it out there, and then you can start tweaking it and changing things to be able to hone in on the sweet spot of what you're trying to achieve by using all of that data, all of those analytics. You should also foster effective communications, create a clear internal narrative, ensure your company's mission strategy and goals are told in a coherent story that resonates with every team member. Reinforce those narratives regularly. I'll go even further, that it's not just about the team, it's about the customer base, knowing exactly what that company's mission, that strategy really is. People will pay to buy products from companies that they align with, whether it's ethics, whether it is religion, whether it is the product itself, whatever it may be. You should be very open and honest about what you are, who you are. Your mission statement should impact and resonate with your customer base. This is what helps build that bridge, that gap between the customer and the business. And when they feel that they are purchasing items from a company that align with their mentality, with their ethics, then you know you have got a customer for life. You see it all the time, don't you? For instance, I know vegans, for instance, will use specific establishments and buy from certain places because they align with what they are. And the same goes in so many other different areas. And if you can master that, then you will build a strong alliance with your customer base. Align your team with shared goals. Cascade objectives throughout the organization so that every team and individual understands their role in the bigger picture. This fosters a sense of collective accountability. I firmly believe that that's going on now at the moment with the team that our CEO Ash Mafara has. I believe that he has fostered that movement in his team. I also believe that's half the reason they are actually working for him, because they've got the same goals and visions of what he is trying to achieve, and they want to be part of it. When you have that, then you really know you're on the right path. Use visual tools. Roadmaps, dashboards, and other visuals can make your plan tangible and help track progress, keeping everyone aligned and engaged. I'm going to mention O News 11 now. Again, he showed us a little bit of that roadmap, didn't he? With the results of the survey. It's one thing telling us, but when you see it with your own eyes, then it makes it much more convicting, doesn't it? And this is part of what was just said here. Use those roadmaps and dashboards and visuals so that it re-emphasizes exactly what somebody is saying. And I think we'll see a lot more of that moving into the next phase. So gaining clarity in business can be a deep and ongoing process. You can also dive a lot deeper. And you can also go into all sorts of other things. But for this objective, I just wanted to bring to the table that having a clear vision and goal in business certainly is something that you can really rely on with where we are at the moment with our CEO, because I believe that the clarity of where we are going now has changed an awful lot. I believe that we've got much more of a visual of what we are going to expect. Anyway, guys, that's it for me for today. No live from me tomorrow, Sunday, but I'll be back around on Monday for Monday Fun Day with Jane, and she'll let you know how her birthday day celebrations went, and we'll have a little bit of fun as well. Have a great weekend, everyone, wherever you are, and we'll speak to you all on Monday. That's it for me. Bye for now.